And joining me now are two family members, Nida Shargi, Imad Shargi's sister, and Tara Tabaz, Murad Tabaz's daughter. And I can't tell you how happy I am to see you, to meet you and Tara. We've met before and talked before, and to see you under arguably much better circumstances. Not home yet on U.S. soil, but, well, Tara, first of all, when you heard that they were out of prison, tell me about that. Tell me about that.
I mean, I think that you can never prepare for these moments. You know, this was a time that often felt very far out of reach, so you're flooded with every emotion, and being able to see that first video call, I just was ecstatic and sense of relief, but also fear of what happens next. We don't know what happens next, and it's just nice to see my dad on the other side of the phone.
And how did he look to you?
I think, you know, at the end of the day, he was a dad just smiling and saying hello to his daughter and reassuring me he's there, he's okay, he's safe. I think he had a lot of hope in his eyes, but understandably a lot of fear. You know, this is a big step, but they're not home yet, they're not free yet, they're still in custody, and, you know, we don't know what's going to happen next. We just have to be optimistically hopeful and hold on until we can hug them on U.S. soil.
And it's been years for both of you, your loved ones from 2018. Mm-hmm. We're talking a long time, your brother. Mm-hmm. How did he look to you?
And I'm sure he will give me a hard time for saying this, but he looked older. His hair has receded. He looked, you know, weak, and like we need to feed him a lot when he comes home. But he had a big smile on his face, and he asked about all of us. He was, you know, stepping into big brother role and wanted to make sure we were all okay. And he wanted us to know that he's okay and that he will come home soon and be with us, hopefully.
And your conversation with the Secretary of State, tell me about that.
It was a private call with family, and, you know, it was really for him to sort of check in with us and make sure we're okay. He knows that we've been hearing a lot of things in the press and that we are obviously anxious. So it was great to have him sort of, you know, be so committed to getting them home. And we were grateful for him and the administration. But Andrea, they're not home yet. And so I made sure the secretary knew that my big thanks would come when they're all safely on American soil.
And Tara, from what you could tell, his physical condition, your dad, did he seem...
I mean, as I said, he looks aged as anybody would who's gone through, you know, nearly 6 years of being wrongfully detained. But I think, you know, he was just trying to smile, and I could only see his face on the video, but he definitely looks aged as well, and just hanging tightly and having a strong spirit till he's with us. I
know it's still a very nervous time for you, and this money is being transferred and other things are happening on a whole other level. But for you, it's all about family and, you know, fearing loss and not knowing what was going on. Tara, how has this been for you? How are you now?
It's really overwhelming. I think that there's a big sense of relief knowing that he's no longer in the prison. But as I mentioned, and Ned has mentioned, they're not free until they're home with us. So, you know, we'll be anxiously waiting until we actually get to embrace them and hold them. But so grateful that this step was taken. It's the furthest we've ever gotten to seeing hopefully the light at the end of the tunnel and to have them back with us.
And these things are not connected, but on sort of a global scale, we're told that there are separate negotiations, indirect conversations going on, that this could lead to a turning point on nuclear issues, on other issues of tension.
You know, these are details that I am not privy to.
No, of course not.
I don't know. What I do know is that finally, after 5 years, 3 months, and 26 days, you know, my brother is probably having a regular night of sleep. And we're very grateful for the administration for doing what they're doing to finally get them home. It's time to bring innocent American citizens home from Iran. It really is time. They've been there too long. And I think everyone will celebrate when we get, you know, our citizens home again.
Where are you going to have the family reunions? At a midpoint as they get checked? Or...
You know, I can't let my mind go there, Andrea. They're not home yet. This is still, this is still for us, this middle ground of being very, very worried. So hopefully we'll get the call one day that they're on their way home, and then we can finally breathe. Until then, it's constantly making sure we're advocating for their release. Again, I want people to remember that Emad is my brother. Morad is her dad. These are American citizens who've been taken because they're American. And they need to come home to their families and to their country.
Well, we're going to keep the spotlight, the focus on it. And I know you have to just sort of wait, hopefully and prayerfully, for this to come out exactly as we hope it all will. This is the first step back.